The aliens tried to organize, but the humans had already anticipated their moves. Every time a group of soldiers tried to respond, humans struck elsewhere, creating chaos and fear. Maya's team moved to the communication tower. They disabled antennas and sent false signals to the alien forces, suggesting that hundreds of reinforcements had arrived. The alien soldiers panicked, unsure whether they faced a small army or a massive one. Their confidence crumbled. Daniel's team blocked the main gates. They left traps for any soldiers attempting to flee, and silently disabled heavy weapons. Every move was precise. Every strike calculated. The humans fought as if they were everywhere at once, though their numbers were small. Inside the fortress, Zorath and Valen tried to regain control. "We cannot hold them," Zorath hissed. "They are too clever. They strike from every side." Valen's eyes narrowed. "They are inside every unit. Every small team is a trap. We cannot fight them. We must retreat, but there is no safe path." "Captain Leo entered the command chamber with his team," Zorath hissed in anger. "Impossible! You are too few!" "You cannot control this fortress," Leo smiled faintly. "Numbers are not everything. Humans fight with courage, intelligence, and unity. Every small group you dismissed is part of a greater whole. That is the power you underestimated." The alien soldiers realized the truth. Every small attack, every sabotage, every sudden strike had been humans. They had been fighting inside every team. Their fear turned to respect. Their confusion turned to surrender. Daniel blocked the last exit. "No one leaves," he said. "Humans are here, and we fight together. It is over." Zorath looked around at his scattered soldiers, exhausted and panicked. He had thought a small army could be crushed easily. Now he understood the human strength. The humans had turned small numbers into unstoppable power. He saw the truth he had ignored. Courage and intelligence could defeat any weapon or machine. Velen stepped forward. "We surrender," she said reluctantly. "You have shown us that humans are not to be underestimated." Captain Leo nodded. "We do not seek unnecessary destruction. We fight to defend ourselves and to protect those who cannot fight. But we will not be dismissed. Humans are always stronger than they appear." The humans secured the fortress, making sure no soldiers could resist. They freed Viridian allies captured by the aliens and restored stability to the city. Slowly, the alien soldiers realized that the humans' small army had been everywhere at once, striking with precision and intelligence. The fortress, once a symbol of alien power, now belonged to humans. Outside in the forests and ruins, other human teams regrouped. They shared quiet smiles, proud but humble. They had come to a planet where everyone had thought them weak. They had shown that even a small army of humans could be strong, clever, and unstoppable. Maya looked at the soldiers. "We have done it!" They laughed at us, and now they respect us. That is the power of being human. Numbers are not everything. Courage, intelligence, and unity matter most. Daniel nodded. "Small army, big impact. We have proven it again." Leo turned his gaze to the horizon, where the twin suns of Viridia rose fully. "The galaxy will hear of this day!" They laughed at humans. They thought we were weak. Today, they learned that humans fight differently. Humans fight as one. Humans never give up. Word of the humans' victory spread quickly. Across the galaxy, alien commanders whispered rumors of the small army that could strike anywhere, at any time, and disappear like ghosts. The humans' cleverness and bravery became known, and fear replaced laughter wherever their story reached. Back in the fortress, Captain Leo gathered his soldiers. Everyone laughed at the small army, until they learned humans were fighting inside it. The small army floated above the green surface of Viridia, a planet that glowed softly under two suns. The humans aboard the transport ships looked down at the fields and hills below. They could see the forests, the rivers, and the strange, glittering structures of the alien cities in the distance. Captain Leo Harris stood at the front of the bridge, his hands resting on the rail. His eyes were sharp, studying the planet. He had trained his whole life for moments like this, but even he felt a flicker of doubt. Their numbers were tiny compared to the alien armies that had claimed most of the galaxy. "Captain, sensors show minimal resistance," said Lieutenant Maya Brooks, standing beside him. Her voice was calm and steady. She had always been precise and patient, even in stressful moments. "The aliens do not seem to take us seriously. Their patrols are few and they are not prepared for an attack." Leo nodded slowly. "That is exactly why we cannot waste this chance. They think we are weak. We will use that. Below them! Small groups of humans prepared to land." Soldiers checked their equipment, reloaded weapons, and studied maps of the landing zones. Sergeant Daniel Kim moved among them, encouraging the soldiers and checking their readiness. "Remember," he said, "we are small, but we are clever. Watch the terrain. Work together. Stay alive." His words were simple, but the soldiers listened. They trusted him. The transport ships descended, stirring up clouds of dust as they landed on the soft soil. The humans stepped out, their boots leaving marks in the dirt. The aliens in the cities watched from above, their bright eyes wide in amusement. They whispered to each other in strange, clicking languages. A large group of alien commanders laughed. "Look at them," said Zorath, the main alien leader. His voice was loud and harsh. Captain Leo looked at the twin suns dipping toward the horizon. "We came small, but we fought big. We were underestimated, but we proved them wrong. And we will always do it again, if we must." The humans stood together, tired but proud. They were small in number, but mighty in spirit. They had shown the galaxy the truth. Humans fighting together were unstoppable. "Only 150 humans, maybe 200! They are nothing! They will not last a day." Valen, his advisor, tilted her head. "They are brave, but they cannot fight a real army." "We can crush them in hours!" The humans did not hear the laughter, and that was good. Leo gathered his officers in a small tent near the landing site. A rough map of the area was spread on the table. "We are outnumbered," Leo said, pointing to the alien forces marked in red. "They have thousands of soldiers, heavy weapons, and machines we have never seen. But we have something they do not expect: intelligence, speed, and courage. We will not fight them directly. We will move quickly, hit their weak points, and disappear before they can respond." Maya studied the map carefully. "There are forests here, hills here, and old ruins here. We can use them for cover. We can split into small teams and confuse the enemy. If they chase one team, the others will strike somewhere else." Daniel smiled. "Ah, like it. Quick strikes, smart traps. Hit them hard, but don't get caught." The soldiers nodded. They felt the energy in the air. Even though they were small in number, they believed they could make a difference. The first night on Viridia was quiet. The humans camped near the ruins, hidden under the shadows of tall trees. They kept watch, alert for any movement. Above them, alien scouts flew in silent ships, scanning the land. They saw nothing unusual and reported to Zorath. "Pathetic," Zorath said. "They hide in the forests. They do not even know how to fight like proper soldiers. Soon they will be gone." But the humans were not waiting. Under the light of the twin moons, they moved like shadows. Small teams slipped through the forests, silently disabling alien communication posts and marking enemy positions. They worked fast, leaving traps for anyone who might follow. The aliens discovered the sabotage the next day, but it confused them. They could not see how such a small force could move so quickly and leave no trace. Leo walked through the camp as the soldiers returned from their first mission. They were tired but smiling. Maya came up to him, holding a small tablet with reports. "They were expecting us to be easy targets," she said. "We damaged a supply depot and destroyed their drones. They have no idea how many of us were there." "They think it was an accident." Leo nodded, pleased. "Good. Let them think it was luck. We will make them regret that assumption.
The next morning, the aliens launched a small force to find the humans. They moved slowly, arrogant in their strength.
Hundreds of soldiers marched toward the forests. Leo watched from a hidden hilltop. He smiled slightly. "They are coming exactly where I want them," he said. Daniel beside him grinned. "Time to teach them a lesson in patience." The humans set up traps along the paths. Pitfalls covered with leaves, noisemakers hidden in the bushes, and fake signals to draw the aliens deeper into the forest. When the aliens reached the first line, they fell into the traps. Soldiers were stuck in pits, drones crashed into trees, and the aliens could not figure out what was happening. They assumed the forest was dangerous and sent more troops, thinking their first loss was a fluke. Meanwhile, humans moved through secret tunnels in the ruins, avoiding direct contact. They struck at supply lines, cut off power, and caused confusion without ever revealing their full strength. Every attack seemed random and uncoordinated, but it was carefully planned. The aliens began to whisper among themselves. "What is happening?" asked one. "There are too few humans." "How can they cause this much trouble?" Zorath grew angry. "It is impossible. We will crush them tomorrow." But the humans were always one step ahead. That night, Leo called a meeting of his officers. "We cannot fight their main force," he said. "We have to make them afraid of us. Not just our weapons, but our intelligence. We must make them think we are everywhere, even when we are not." Maya spoke up. "We can use their fear against them. We can create decoys, fake camps, even fake signals of reinforcements coming from other systems." Daniel added, "And if they ever try a direct attack, we hit them where they are weakest. We know the terrain. We know their habits. We can turn their strength into a weakness." The humans spent the next days moving quickly, striking and disappearing. Each skirmish left the aliens confused. Rumors began to spread among the alien soldiers. "Death to the turncoat." Some said humans could vanish into thin air. Others claimed the humans had machines that multiplied their numbers. Fear began to creep in where laughter had once been. Zorath called another meeting. Velen stood beside him, her eyes narrowing. "They are clever," Velen admitted. "But they are only 100, maybe 200. We still have the advantage," Zorath growled. "Then we will overwhelm them. No small army can stand against a full alien force. Tomorrow, we attack at dawn. Leo watched the alien movements through binoculars." "They think they know our position," he said. "Good! That is exactly what we want them to believe." That night, the humans prepared for the first big engagement. They spread out, hidden in the forests and ruins. Soldiers checked their weapons, set their traps, and whispered words of encouragement to each other. "Stay calm," Leo said. "Remember what we practiced. Watch the skies. Watch the ground. Move together. Fight smart. We may be small, but we are human, and humans never give up." The next morning, the aliens marched into the trap. As they advanced, the humans struck from the sides, from above, and even from hidden tunnels. Explosions shook the ground, and alien soldiers stumbled in confusion. They could not find the humans. Every time they thought they had an enemy, it was gone. Zorath's soldiers panicked. "How is this possible?" one cried. "Where are the humans?" Velen growled. "It must be magic. There is no other explanation." But it was not magic. It was strategy, planning, and courage. The humans had turned their small numbers into a weapon. They moved faster than the aliens could react. They struck harder than the aliens expected. And they were united. By the end of the day, the humans had destroyed part of the alien supply line, damaged vehicles, and captured a few alien scouts. They lost only a handful of soldiers. Leo stood on a hilltop, watching the retreating aliens. "They laughed at us," he said softly. "Tomorrow, they will begin to understand why humans are never to be underestimated." Maya came to his side, looking at the horizon. "They may still have numbers, but they will always fear us now. They are beginning to learn our strength." Daniel joined them, wiping sweat from his brow. "Small army, big impact, just like we planned." The humans gathered around the campfire that night, tired but proud. They had come to a planet where everyone thought they were weak, and they had shown that even a small army of humans could be dangerous. As the stars shone above Viridia, the humans rested, knowing this was only the beginning. The real test was yet to come. But for the first time, they felt that the galaxy might see them differently. That humans were not weak. That humans fought with something no alien army could match: courage, intelligence, and unity. And somewhere, far above the planet, Zorath and Valen began to fear the small human army. They laughed no longer. The sun rose slowly over Viridia, casting long shadows across the forests and ruins. The humans moved quickly, preparing for the day ahead. Captain Leo Harris stood on a small hill looking at the horizon. The aliens were already reorganizing their forces. Patrols moved through the forest, searching for humans who seemed to vanish like ghosts. Leo smiled slightly. The aliens were clever, but they were still overconfident. They did not know the full strength of the human army. "Captain," Lieutenant Maya Brooks said, pointing to a small display, "the aliens are concentrating their forces near the river valley. They believe that is our main camp, but it is empty. We can use this to our advantage." Leo nodded. "Good. Send a small team there to make noise. Let them think we are trapped. Then we strike where they least expect it." Sergeant Daniel Kim gathered a group of soldiers. "All right, team," he said. "We move fast. Make them see us, then vanish. Remember, stay sharp and watch each other's backs. We are small, but we are strong together." The soldiers nodded and moved quietly through the trees. They set small fires, placed noisemakers, and left scattered supplies to look like a larger camp. Then they disappeared, hiding in the ruins nearby. The alien patrols approached the area, seeing what appeared to be the human camp. They laughed and called for reinforcements. Hundreds of alien soldiers marched toward the fake camp, eager to crush the humans. But when they arrived, the camp was empty. Nothing moved. Only the smoke rose from the small fires. "They are gone!" shouted one alien soldier. "Where did they go?" Zorath's voice boomed over the comms. "They cannot hide from us! Surround the area! Do not let them escape!" But the humans were already moving elsewhere. Small teams slipped through secret paths in the forests and ruins. They ambushed supply convoys, sabotaged vehicles, and disappeared before the aliens could react. Every time the aliens thought they had caught the humans, they were gone. Maya and Leo watched from a hidden ridge. "They are chasing shadows," Maya said. "They still do not understand that we are fighting from inside every small group." Leo nodded. "Exactly. Let them waste time and resources. Each mistake they make will cost them. We have the advantage of thinking faster than they do." Meanwhile, Sergeant Daniel led a team toward a supply depot. The aliens had stocked it with food, weapons, and machines for their soldiers. Daniel's team moved quietly, avoiding patrols. They disabled the guards with small, precise strikes, leaving no one seriously harmed, but removing them from the battle. Then they sabotaged the machines, cutting power and destroying ammunition. By the time the aliens discovered what had happened, Daniel's team was gone, leaving only confusion behind. Back at the human camp, Leo and Maya met with their officers. "The aliens are getting frustrated," Leo said. "Their soldiers are tired and angry. Their leaders do not know what is happening." "That is our strength. Fear and confusion are weapons we have more than they do." Maya looked at the map. "We should hit them again tonight. Their scouts will be weak, and their patrols will be scattered. If we strike in the urban ruins, we can disable their communications. It will make them think we are everywhere." Daniel smiled. "Then we hit fast and hard. Let them feel like ghosts are attacking them." "We are small in number, but we can seem unstoppable." As night fell, the humans moved. Small teams slipped through forests, climbed over ruins, and entered the alien city from hidden entrances. They planted small explosives in communication hubs and sabotaged power systems. The lights flickered and went out.
Drones fell from the sky. Alarms blared, but they were confused. Everywhere they looked, humans seemed to appear for a moment and vanish again.
Zorath was furious. "How is this possible?" he demanded. "They are too few. They cannot cause so much damage." "Belen, tell me it is not true. They cannot be everywhere at once."
Belen shook her head.
"I do not know, Zorath." "They are clever. We have underestimated them. Perhaps we need a new strategy."
But the humans were already moving again. Captain Leo led a team to sabotage alien vehicles near the river valley. Explosions echoed, and alien soldiers rushed to the scene, only to find empty forests and damaged equipment. The humans had vanished into the shadows, leaving the aliens unsure where to strike next.
In the forests, Sergeant Daniel and his team captured alien scouts. They did not harm them, but questioned them quickly. They learned that the aliens were planning a full assault on what they believed was the human main camp.
The humans smiled. They would use that information.
"Captain," Daniel said when he returned to camp, "they are moving as if they will crush us in one strike. But their numbers will be wasted on empty hills and ruins. They will not find us."
Leo nodded.
"Good. We will let them make mistakes. Every attack they plan, we will redirect."
Their arrogance is their weakness. That night, the humans gathered around a small fire.
The soldiers cleaned weapons, checked traps, and shared quiet words of encouragement.
"We are tired," said Maya softly, "but this is the way humans survive. We are clever, fast, and united. The aliens may have more soldiers, but we have something they do not: intelligence and courage."
Daniel laughed quietly.
"But mostly skill. We fight smart. That is our power."
Leo looked at the soldiers.
"Remember, we may be small, but we are human, and humans never give up. Tomorrow we strike again, but we strike as one. Inside every team, every shadow, every trap we have prepared. Let them think we are weak. Let them think they are in control. Then we show them the truth." The next morning, the aliens marched toward the human positions. They believed they had discovered the main camp and brought thousands of soldiers to crush it. The humans watched from hidden hills, forests, and tunnels.
Each small team knew its role. Each soldier moved quickly and silently. When the aliens reached the first line, they were met with carefully timed attacks. Explosions shook the ground.
Soldiers fell into pits, machines malfunctioned, and drones crashed into the trees. The aliens could not understand what was happening.
They had planned to overwhelm the humans, but their strength was useless. Every time they struck, humans were already gone.
Zorath shouted angrily. "This is impossible! Where are they hiding? They are too small. They cannot do this!" Velen's eyes narrowed. "They are fighting inside every group. They are using small numbers in ways we cannot predict. They are everywhere at once." But it was not magic. It was strategy. Every human soldier knew where to strike, when to strike, and how to vanish. They had trained for this. They knew the terrain. They knew the enemy. They moved faster than the aliens could react.
Captain Leo personally led a strike team into the heart of a ruined alien outpost. They disabled communication towers, destroyed vehicles, and left false signals suggesting large reinforcements had arrived. By the time the aliens realized the sabotage, the humans had vanished again, leaving confusion and fear behind. Maya led another team to a supply depot. They captured ammunition, sabotaged weapons, and freed a group of local Viridian allies who had been captured by the aliens. The humans worked quickly and efficiently. They left no trace of their presence except destruction where it counted. By the end of the day, the aliens were exhausted. Their soldiers whispered rumors of invisible fighters, of humans who appeared and disappeared like shadows. Fear began to spread where laughter had once been. Captain Leo stood on a ridge, watching the retreating aliens. "They still think we are small," he said. "But they are learning.
Fear is spreading. Confusion is growing. We are doing exactly what we planned.
Daniel joined him.
They will think twice before attacking again. Every move we make teaches them that humans are not easy prey. Maya looked at the horizon, thinking of the battles ahead. This is only the beginning. We must continue to move, to strike, and to make them afraid. Only then will they respect us.
The humans gathered again that night around their fires, sharing stories and quiet laughter. They were tired, but they felt pride.
They had come to a planet where everyone thought they were weak, and they had shown that even a small army of humans could be smart, brave, and dangerous. As the stars shone above Viridia, the humans rested, knowing that tomorrow would bring new challenges. But they were ready.
They had learned that strength was not always measured by numbers. Sometimes it was measured by courage, intelligence, and unity. And somewhere far above the planet, the alien commanders watched, their confidence shaken. The small human army was no longer a joke. It was a threat. The next day, the sun rose over Viridia with a pale orange glow, spilling light across the forests and ruins. The humans were ready. Captain Leo Harris stood on a ridge overlooking the alien stronghold, a massive fortress of steel and glass that glinted in the morning light.
It was heavily guarded, with walls, turrets, and drones patrolling every corner. Hundreds of alien soldiers moved in formation below, unaware that humans had already studied their every routine. They believe they are safe inside those walls, Leo said, his voice calm but firm. But we have studied their schedules, their weaknesses, and their overconfidence. Today, we strike at the heart of their power. Lieutenant Maya Brooks stood beside him, scanning the fortress through a small telescope. They have more soldiers than we expected, but their patrols are predictable. We can use the tunnels under the city and the forest paths to avoid them. They will not see us coming.
Sergeant Daniel Kim tightened his gloves.
We have trained for this. Small groups, precise strikes. Hit, disappear, hit again. They may have numbers, but we have strategy and courage.
The humans split into small teams, each with a specific task. Some would infiltrate the fortress to sabotage communications. Others would target weapons depots. A few teams would create diversions to draw soldiers away from key points. Every human soldier knew the plan perfectly. As the teams moved through the forests and ruins, the aliens remained unaware of the humans' real strength. Small skirmishes erupted on the outskirts, and the aliens believed these were minor attacks from tiny units. But in reality, every attack was carefully coordinated, and every human soldier was fighting inside multiple points at once. Captain Leo led the first strike team through a narrow tunnel under the fortress walls. They emerged inside a storage area filled with weapons and vehicles. Leo signaled, and the team placed explosives on key machinery. Within minutes, alarms blared as the explosions destroyed critical equipment. The humans vanished before the first wave of alien soldiers could respond. Meanwhile, Maya's team approached the communication towers. Using silent equipment, they disabled antennas, destroyed power circuits, and left false signals indicating human reinforcements had arrived from other sectors. The alien command grew increasingly confused. Sergeant Daniel's team ambushed a convoy of alien vehicles moving supplies to the fortress. The humans struck from the forests and ruins, using precision shots and small explosives. The convoy was destroyed, but the humans were gone before the aliens could react. Zorath and Velen watched from the top of the fortress. Zorath's tentacles clenched in frustration. "This is impossible!" he growled. "They are too few. They cannot strike everywhere at once. How is this happening?" Valen's eyes narrowed. They are using speed and intelligence. They are inside every small attack. They are not weak. Zorath, we underestimated them. The humans continued their attacks throughout the day. Small teams moved through secret passages, striking at weak points and then disappearing. Every time the aliens thought they had located a group, it was empty. The humans were ghosts, unpredictable and unstoppable. Captain Leo led a daring strike into the central courtyard of the fortress.
He and his team sabotaged the main power grid, cutting lights and disabling weapons.
Alarms blared, but the humans moved silently through shadows. Soldiers searched the area, but the humans vanished again, leaving only confusion and fear behind. Maya's team moved deeper into the fortress. They intercepted communication messages and planted false information.
The aliens believed that reinforcements were arriving, and panic spread among the soldiers. Some fled in confusion, while others hesitated, unsure of what to do. Daniel's team created another diversion. They lit small fires in ruins outside the fortress, drawing hundreds of soldiers away from their posts.
The humans struck the empty areas, destroying vehicles, supplies, and weapons. Then they disappeared again, leaving the aliens bewildered.
By evening, the humans regrouped in hidden tunnels under the fortress. They were tired, but satisfied. Every plan had worked. The aliens were exhausted, confused, and afraid. Leo gathered the officers. "We have weakened their fortress and morale," he said. "Tomorrow, we make the final move. We must strike where it hurts most, the command center. We cannot fail. But remember, we are human. We are small, but our courage, intelligence, and unity are stronger than their numbers." Maya studied the map. "The command center is heavily guarded, but we can use the tunnels beneath it. We know where the patrols are weakest. If we strike together, we can disable the leaders and take control." Daniel smiled. "Then let's teach them what humans can do when they fight as one. Small numbers, big impact. Just like always." That night, the humans prepared for the final assault.
They checked weapons, set traps, and whispered words of encouragement. They knew the aliens were expecting an attack, but they did not know when or where. The humans moved quietly through the forests and tunnels as the twin moons of Viridia rose.
Captain Leo led the first team, moving through a hidden passage beneath the fortress.
Maya and her team approached from another side, silently disabling alarms and guards. Daniel's team created diversions outside, drawing alien patrols away from the command center.
The humans struck together. Explosions shook the fortress. Guards fell in precise attacks. Alarms screamed, but soldiers were confused, unsure where to go.
The humans moved like shadows, striking from all directions. Inside the command center, Zorath and Velen tried to organize a defense.
But it was too late. Communications were down. Vehicles destroyed! Supplies gone! Soldiers in disarray. The humans had entered the fortress from every hidden path and were already controlling key points. Captain Leo led his team into the main hall. He signaled, and the soldiers secured the area. Zorath hissed in anger. "Impossible! How did they get inside?"
Maya's team disabled the last alarms and cut off all communications. Valen realized they had been outsmarted.
"They are inside every team. They are everywhere. We cannot fight them," she said, fear in her voice. Daniel's team blocked the exits. "No one leaves," he said. "Humans are here. And we fight together." Zorath looked around, seeing his soldiers confused, scattered, and defeated.
He had underestimated humans. He had thought a small army could be crushed easily. Now he realized his mistake. The humans were not weak.
"They were clever, brave, and united." Captain Leo stepped forward. "Zorath," he said, calm but firm. "You have numbers. You have weapons, but we have something stronger. We fight as humans. Small numbers do not mean weakness. Courage, intelligence, and unity can defeat anyone." The alien commander hesitated.
He saw the humans standing together, disciplined and ready. His soldiers were scattered, confused, and frightened.
For the first time, he understood the true strength of humans. The fortress was silent except for alarms and the distant sounds of the human small teams securing the last areas.
The aliens had lost control. They had underestimated the humans. They had laughed at them, and now they were defeated. Captain Leo turned to his officers.
"This is not the end," he said. "We have won this battle, but the fight continues. Always remember, we are humans, and humans never give up."
Maya nodded.
We have shown them what humans can do.
They will never see us as weak again. Daniel smiled. Small army, big impact.
That is who we are.
The humans gathered, exhausted but victorious. They had entered the fortress, struck at the heart of the alien command, and won. The aliens had learned a lesson that would echo across the galaxy. Never underestimate humans, no matter how small they seem. As the stars shone over Viridia, the humans rested in the fortress they had taken.
They had fought inside every team, every shadow, every trap they had prepared. They had turned a small army into an unstoppable force.
And they had shown the galaxy that humans were not to be underestimated. Far above the planet, alien commanders watched in disbelief.
They had laughed at the humans. They had thought them weak.
Now fear and respect replaced their laughter. The humans had won.
And the galaxy would remember. The sun rose slowly over Viridia, painting the forests and the fortress in pale light.
The humans had spent the night preparing. Captain Leo Harris stood on a ridge overlooking the alien stronghold, now partially under human control.
Smoke rose from destroyed vehicles, and some sections of the walls were cracked from precise sabotage. The aliens were scattered, confused, and afraid.
We have weakened their forces, Leo said quietly. But today, we finish this. We show them the true strength of humans. Not numbers, not machines, but courage, intelligence, and unity. Every soldier must move as one. Every team must act together. Today, we win this war. Lieutenant Maya Brooks studied the fortress through a small scope. Their soldiers are panicked. They do not know where we are. Many believe reinforcements have arrived, but that is just our plan. If we strike carefully, we can force the leaders to surrender without unnecessary loss of life. Sergeant Daniel Kim tightened his gloves. Then let's strike fast and hit hard. We are small in number, but our strategy will make them feel like we are everywhere at once. We will show them that humans are never easy to fight. The humans split into teams. Some moved through tunnels beneath the fortress, emerging near key gates and power sources. Others approached through the forests and ruins, striking where the aliens were weakest. Every soldier knew the plan. They had trained for this. They had fought for this.
Captain Leo led the first team into the central courtyard. Explosions shook the ground as small teams sabotaged vehicles, destroyed weapons, and cut communications.
This battle is over, he said. But the lesson is clear. No matter the odds, humans fight smart. We use courage, intelligence, and unity to survive. Today, we have changed the way the galaxy sees us. Remember that, and remember each other. That is our strength. The humans rested, tired but proud.
They had faced an enemy that outnumbered them 10-1 and had turned weakness into strength. They had shown the galaxy that humans, though small in number, could fight like giants. That night, as the stars shone above Viridia, the humans stood together in silence. They had come to a planet where everyone had underestimated them. They had proven that even a small army, if united and clever, could defeat a powerful foe.
Somewhere far above the planet, alien commanders watched in disbelief.
They had laughed at humans. They had thought them weak.
Now, fear and respect replaced their laughter. The humans had won, and the galaxy would never forget it.
Captain Leo looked at his soldiers, pride in his eyes. We fought inside every team, every shadow, every trap we prepared.
We turned a small army into an unstoppable force. And we did it together. That is what it means to be human.
The soldiers smiled quietly.
They had learned that strength was not always in numbers. It was in courage, intelligence, and unity. It was in the ability to fight smart, to move together, and to never give up. And far across the galaxy, other civilizations began to whisper the same lesson. Never underestimate humans. Never laugh at a small army. Because humans, no matter how few, would always fight inside, strike clever, and win together. Viridia was quiet now.
The fortress stood under human control, the forests and ruins were safe.
And the humans rested, ready for whatever challenges might come next. They had proven themselves. They had changed the galaxy's view of humans forever.